Welcome back to my great unboxing. Today's box is this one. It's just a little fairly small size box, which is good for carrying. I've had a quick sneak peek, so I know that I can use the hashtags OpShopCrafter and Thrifty Thursday for this one, because it is an op shop haul that I've accumulated. So let's have a look. I'll give you a quick sneak peek and then I'll move the box over to the side and we'll get started with the unpacking. Okay. This is a Japanese fan that I found at my local op shop. I love the pattern. You can see it's actually made using cutout paper, so I thought that was beautiful. And it is Morning Glory, which is a lovely flower. It's a flowering vine that is it's a very popular motif in Japanese art. In Australia it's a weed, so I can't have it in my garden, but I can have it on my fan, which is good. And it's really hot here at the moment too, so that's very handy to come out of storage. Let's see, I've got a couple of books here on top. We've got Webster's New Ideal Dictionary. Let's have a look at what that's like. So, well, it's a dictionary obviously, and it does have some little pictures in it. Doesn't look like there's many pictures, many of the little drawings, but there's a few cute ones. Bees. There we go, dictionary. Reader's Digest Complete Book of the Garden. Nice tatty cover. I do actually remember getting this one from my local op shop here. So it's a lovely ex libris page. That's really pretty. And line drawings, which are always good. So some of the pictures are just drawn in the green outline, but some of them have colour as well. They're really lovely. I like them. That's obviously why I bought the book. Makes sense, doesn't it? They're good. Okay, so that's a good one for junk journaling. Next out of the box is an old curtain. I do remember buying this, but where did I get? I think I got this at an op shop in Gympie actually, when I stopped in Gympie at one stage. I do go through Gympie a lot because I go through Gympie to visit my family. They're not in Gympie, they're down closer to Brisbane, but I always like to stop in Gympie if I get a chance and go to the op shops. So this is a nice old net curtain with the colour through it. Probably needs a wash. I haven't washed any of my textiles yet. As I've bought them, I've just shoved them in boxes and put them into the storeroom ready to be dealt with down the track. Okay, while we're on textiles, here's a bag of woolies. I love these really textured wools. This one is it's a synthetic, but it's still got a lovely natural kind of texture. I like the lumpy bits and the little bits of colour in it. They're very interesting. I'll probably never use 3 balls of it because I don't knit or crochet myself, but and these ones have got the little bits in them as well. Nice sort of shades of blue in that one. So they're cute. Little handful of trims in bags. This one is, it looks like lace. It is lace, really, but it's a plastic lace. It's actually made of plastic. So I've got no idea what that would have been used for, but there's a thread along one end. I wonder if that's for gathering it up into a ruffle of some kind. I still don't know what it would have been used for, but it's interesting, and I will definitely be able to use that in a junk journal for sure. So these are lovely broad glaze trims. That's a really, really pretty one. I like that. It's very, very fancy. This one's pretty as well. Well, they're all pretty. That's why I bought them. I really probably don't need to say that with everything, do I? Oh, this one's very wide. I wonder if these were bought to make christening gowns. That's what it makes me think of when I see that kind of trim. And this one's more of a creamy colour, not quite as wide, and it's obviously been taken off something, so you can see a stitch line, and it has been overlocked. These ones that have the scalloped edge at the top, I know I've heard some people on videos say that it looks like it's been cut off something, but that's actually from the manufacturing process. If you do the jigsaw puzzle thing, you can actually match them back up. So when they do the embroidery, it's in one big sheet, and then they use some kind of die cutting process to snip them apart into their trims. So it hasn't actually, this one's a brand new one, it hasn't been used before. So they're very pretty. This is another wider lace, but it is lace rather than broderie glaze. I think that's all of those ones that I have. And this one's actually got a bit of stretch to it. Okay, that's those ones. Let's have a look in this bag. So when I get things home, I've been accumulating stuff even though I didn't have a place to put, like I haven't had a craft room for quite a few years now because we've been traveling. But when I go op shopping, I bring it home, I unpack it and have a look at it and have a little play, and then I shove it in a box ready to be unpacked later. So I have actually already taken some of these out of the packaging that they came in, but I've just shoved them back into bags and boxes. Ready for today. Although at the time I didn't know I was going to do an unboxing series. This one's cool. I'm not really a pink girl. I've never been a pink girl, but I really liked this one. It's got a real sort of retro feel to me. Looks like something that would have been on a nightie in the 70s. That's cute. I've got some flowers that can be either used as they are or snipped off the trim. This one, that to me, in that direction, looks like you could make a little crown out of it. That's cute. Or you could use it that way as well. And this one is a scallop. And this one's quite a delicate one. I like that. You could thread a ribbon through it or not, as you wish. This is a lace collar, obviously never used. It's got that, you know, you can see that they were cut from the same piece of net as well, whichever way they go. But that's really pretty, very delicate. It's a very soft mesh. Oh, this piece as well looks like it could have come off of a 60s or 70s nightie. It's a really pale blue, and it's got that sort of nylon sort of feel. Another one that to me looks really retro. It's hard to tell sometimes if they're actually vintage or not, but it's got that feel. It's definitely got that feel to me. The apricot or peach pearls running along the lace, the middle of the lace. That's so pretty. Okay, so, oh, hang on, here's another piece. Another one that looks like a bit of lingerie trim to me. And it's on a bit of card. Let's see what that says. So it's pretty thick cardboard. Oh, burley. That must have been like a tag on a piece of somebody's undergarment when they bought it. What else have we got? Oh, I've got some little bags. Some eyelets. Always handy. These are cool little sort of toggle type, I don't know, buttons or what have you. I thought they were pretty cool. They've got a bit of stretch to them. So I thought that they would make a really interesting journal closure. So I grabbed some of those. These ones all came from an op shop. I know these ones were from an op shop in Gympie because I recognise the way that they pack their buttons and stuff. They've started doing this a few months ago. Obviously, they feel like better presentation makes things worth more, because I feel like they also put their prices up as well. For me, that doesn't increase the value, so I still just go through and pick out the ones that I really like and the cheapest ones. I don't like spending a lot of money for things that are just going to get stuck in a journal. I mean, I do sew, so buttons I can potentially use at some stage for sewing, but mostly what I'm buying these for is junk journaling. So, you know, sticking a bit of coloured cardboard into a bag with some buttons doesn't increase the value for me. Yes, it's a lovely presentation, but it doesn't make it worth more to me. So I still look for the cheapy ones. So anything that I've bought, you know, is in that very bargain basement type prices. Some little buckles, some plastic buckles. Oh, there's a couple of packs of fabric covered buttons. These telephones were really cute. I probably paid a little bit more for these because they're unusual and very cute. And a little pink plastic buckle. Oh, these are just a pack of fishing swivels. Oh, I didn't take the... Obviously, I didn't unpack this one at the time. Oh, that's okay. I'll just look through the plastic. Fishing swivels. I thought they'd be cool to use on dangles on the spine or something. I have used swivels when I've made mobiles in the past, so they're pretty cool to use. Here's a bag of buttons. There's a good selection. I like bags like this that have got an interesting selection of colours and shapes and sizes. So that's why I would have taken that one. There's a few of those sort of shell, mother of pearl type ones. A few little ones, tiny buttons. Oh, there's a fabric covered button. I love fabric covered buttons. A couple of metallic ones. That one's nice. So that was good. Okay, this is a bag of broken bits of jewellery. I do love using broken jewellery, but oh, yuck. There's all bits coming off it. I think that looks like it might be coming off this bit of leather, off a belt or something. A couple of those, I might just put them to the side. They're a bit dusty. Yeah, I love using bits of broken jewellery, but that's another thing that I feel like they're pricing things like this quite high these days. So I don't often pick it up when I see the bags, and also because usually they're just plastic beads and, you know, stuff I wouldn't use. But when I saw this one, it wasn't very expensive, and I thought there's a bit of bling in there. I'm sure I'll be able to use something out of it. These ones are just cheap beads that somebody's made into earrings. A few bits that have broken off things. Okay, so that's the broken jewellery. Let me just clean that off. Okay, what's next? Some crochet pattern books, doilies and tablecloths. These are always good. Pineapple, that design there is a pineapple. More doilies, more doilies, more doilies. These would have come from, there's one of the Gympie op shops that I really like, has, I may have actually already said this in one of my videos, but they have a filing cabinet full of patterns for crochet, knitting, sewing, and they're pretty cheap, so I always have a look through what they've got. And at one stage I remember, you know, probably the day that I picked these up, they had quite a few of these booklets, and it was like hitting the jackpot. I was like, yes, these are great. I'll have them all. So I've cleaned them out. This is a cool one. I love these old bags, and I love the coloured, the way the photo's coloured as well. So you could do this with the black and white photos too, because most of the photos inside are black and white, but you could actually colour the images. That's a pretty old one. Let's see if it's got a, oops, obviously it goes that way. That's the front cover, that was the back cover. Don't see a date. I'm not sure how I would go with knitted underwear, but it looks pretty on her. Oh, is there a date there? No, no date. But to me it looks maybe 40s, possibly 50s. And here's a men's patterns. It's another oldie. And this one's not quite as old. Oh, these ones have got a bit of colour in the covers. Let's see. Oh, this one's black and white inside. These are such a good source of photos, you know. I mean, you could use them as you know, a fake family photo, you know, one of your grandfathers or something, great grandfather. That would probably be too soon for that, but you know what I mean. And this one with a music theme. I do like the look on this guy's face. I wonder what the conversation is about. So they're excellent. And there's a little pile of doilies. Again, with the doilies, there are so many of them in op shops, and yet sometimes they're charging a lot for doilies, but I very rarely pay more than $1. For something like this, I might go $2. I can't remember how much this was, but it's got beautiful embroidered flowers on it and leaves. Absolutely lovely. But there are so many of them around that I don't know how they can, you know, charge what they do. This one's pretty. I like it's square. It's an unusual shape, I think, for doilies. This one looks nice. A little placemat type one, or maybe a dresser. It might have come, I wonder if nope, I don't have any others. It might have originally had the two smaller ones as well. Who knows, but I only got this one. But just beautiful cross stitch. Hanky. Doesn't look like it's been used. Seriously, how could you use something that fine as a hanky? How could you effectively blow your nose on something that fine? It just doesn't seem right to me. But it's got this beautiful bit of embroidery on it, and the little flowers in each corner as well. It's very pretty. I don't see a lot of hankies around, but that was a good one. A few doilies. Oh, this is a nice one. I like the square shape of that. You could actually use that just as it is, put it onto the cover of a journal, or use it as a page or a flip or something, and then put something in the middle. Oh, this one's very, very delicate. So is this one. It's hard to tell sometimes if the colour is from age or if that was the colour of the thread that they used. But these two actually look like, I wonder if they came from the same, actually I think they came from the same person. They're the exact same pattern, but the colour is slightly different. So I suspect this one is just more discoloured. I didn't even realise it was the same pattern to start with. This is another nice, really light delicate one. The coloured edges in this are pretty. Just a very soft, I don't even know what colour. It's not orange, it's not yellow. I don't know. It's in between. This one's a bit more of a chunky one with these big medallions on it. Lovely orangey coloured one. This one's interesting. It's a mixture of quite fine thread and really chunky thread. That's quite interesting. And I like these little rosette sort of things here too. Oh, that's actually the back, I think. Oh, here's another really discoloured one. This one is gorgeous. It is such fine mesh, and it looks like it's actually mesh that has been stitched on as well in places. Very, very pretty. And another dresser piece as well with the lovely flowers. Very nice. Good stash of doilies. Here's some more trims. These ones look like they're all ribbons. So red with blue and white edging, some green checks, green stripes, bit of red. Oh, it's got that sort of, is it a picket edge? Picket? I think that's what it's called. It's not even been opened. And lovely blue and silver embroidered trim. There's a decent amount of that there too, which is good. Okay, we're getting down to the bottom of the box. Here's a book. It's Easy to Sew, Knit and Stretch Fabric. I like sewing books. Sometimes they have really good pictures. Oh, this is a good one. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Oh yeah, there's some great pictures in this one. That's obviously why I bought this one. Some of them are a little bit big. I think, you know, she's quite tall. I think she would be difficult to use in a junk journal, so might need to have a bit of thought about how to use those ones. And it would be hard to, yeah, I mean, yes, you could cut part of it off, but look at those boots. How could you cut the feet off? Very cute, very cool. They're almost like paper dolls, aren't they? Very retro. Let's see if I can find a date. First printing 1973, 10th printing 1979. So this one was printed in 1979. And you can tell from the pictures, can't you, that it was 1970s. I've got a little handful of sewing patterns here too. So that looks at 80s. Whoops, where? Oh, 1979, so I was pretty close. Nearly the 80s. A dressing gown. 1970. I remember having quilted dressing gowns like that as a kid. A pattern for little boys. That is 1972. sundresses, 1977, that one. This one is from 1978. I remember having a jumpsuit very similar to that when I was at primary school. And that would have been around about that time, probably. Late 70s. And little kids' 90s. When was this one? 1986 for that one. And this one looks like it might be 80s as well. I seriously doubt that I spent $1 on that. Oh, I think that's the garbage trucks coming through. Oh no, there we go, 1986. Yes, 1986, I was right. It does look 80s. Okay, so little pile of sewing patterns. And we're at the bottom of the book with this little pile. So I've got a couple more. Is that knitting or crochet? It looks like crochet to me. Oh, how cute. Got to be 70s, because I used to wear stuff like this when I was a kid, so that's got to be 70s. Australian Women's Weekly presents Crochet Handbook. Oh, look how beautifully aged that paper is. Excellent. Oh, 1973. And the Australian Home Journal. I wonder if that's got a date. Also looks quite 70s to me. I can't see a date on that one. And some song sheets. Let's see. Thunderball. Oh, Sean Connery in Ian Fleming's Thunderball. So a James Bond piece. As Long as He Needs Me, recorded by Shirley Bassey. Very glamorous evening dress she's got on there. And the Purple People Eater. 1958 that was from. The Maiden of Spain. Some of these have such pretty covers, don't they? This one is from, let's see if I can find a date. I don't see a date there. Nope, no date. Not that I can see anyway. I won't spend too much time looking for one. So that's the end of that box. Let me just grab, I've got a couple of other bonus pieces that I wanted to show you. I found this gorgeous timber letter or stationery stand. I thought that would be perfect on my desk. So I was really pleased about that. And I also found in, this was in an op shop in Gympie, I found 2 bags of scrap fabric for like, I don't know, 50 cents or $1 each. And I thought, oh yeah, I'll grab them. So I've already taken them out of the original bags. As I said, I usually bring stuff home and have a bit of a play, have a look through it first. So, and then put it into the boxes for storage. So that's what I've done with this one. Obviously, I've just sort of emptied the bags and had a look through. There's some really lovely fabrics in here. I was really pleased with this for how little I spent on it. There's some little floral pieces, a few butterflies on that, some plain colours that are always handy, Some more little florals. This one, this is an interesting one. It's like a patchwork type print, so that you get different types of patterns on it. Let's see. This one's like a, I don't know, like a crystal organza or something. Oh, yep, here we go. It's a glitter organza. So that was cool. And some more florals. All sorts of lovely stuff. Or some stripes. But my favourites were these little bits of Japanese style fabric. I lived in Japan for 3 years in the 90s, and I still have a real thing for Japanese designs. It's beautiful. Okay, I think that probably is all of those different ones. Oh, that one's a different piece as well. This one's feels a bit synthetic-y, but most of them have got at least a bit of cotton in them by the feel of them. So yeah, so there we go. That was my first. I think that was my first box. No, well, no, it wasn't my first box, because I have unboxed some books already, but it's my first of my just general bits and pieces boxes. So that was fun. It's a bit like Christmas. Now I just want to get in and do stuff with them. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I've got some more boxes ready and raring to go there. Hopefully I'll get some of them unpacked soon. Now I have to put all of this stuff away, and I haven't worked out where I'm putting everything yet, so that's a process. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that, and hopefully I'll see you again for the next in the Great Unboxing series. Bye.